Hi everyone, welcome back to Salty Tarot. We're going to have a look at what the person in your heart or on your mind is feeling about your connection at this time. Spirit, please tune me into the energy of the collective accessing this reading and where their person is at this time. We've got the Audacity deck here. Spirit, where is their person at this time? Your person, the person in the heart of the collective accessing this reading. Where are they? What are they feeling about the connection at this time? We have strength. I'm going to get one more from this deck. We've got the taco. I kind of love that these are coming out together. So your person might be feeling like your connection with each other is a glorious mess. Or they might be feeling, I was getting more the connection, they might be feeling that you are a glorious mess. But if so, they're also feeling like you are sort of like in those Empress energies, like you have everything that they could possibly want. You are the taco that they just want to eat up. You're delicious and scrumptious, although the pieces may be falling in every direction. And they may be feeling that extremely strongly with the Strength card here. This particular Strength card also does call to shadow work. So talking about being in the energies of being able to face up to one's shadow, work through what needs to be worked through. So they may either feel like they need to be in those energies in order to show up for you. That's what I was getting when the card came through. Another possible interpretation is they may think that you're very good at doing your shadow work and that it's resulted in you being the glorious taco. What are the energies going on in the connection at this time? What are the energies of the connection at this time? We have happiness, new discoveries that lead to celebrations, love yourself first. We have stress, cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments. What are the energies in the connection at this time with the collective and the person in their heart? We've got leap of faith, taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. Bottom of this deck, we've got pursue bigger and greater endeavors. So it may be that there's been some stress that's been affecting the connection, but overall there's information coming through that could be leading to happy celebrations, maybe within community or with friends, between you. And it says, love yourself first, so always. Taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown, and with pursuing bigger and greater endeavors. So that might be that the connection is progressing to perhaps an expansive level. Perhaps there's maybe the act of de-stressing the connection is leading to this sort of expansion and leap of faith between you and increasing happiness within the connection. So that's really beautiful. Let's get a card for the energies that you are in respect of this connection. Where are you at in this connection? What are your energies in the connection at this time? We've got water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. And what energies is your person in at this time? Okay, this Hirais card keeps coming out, longing for home in every reading, just about. So we've got the seven star sisters, which is the Pleiades, birthing creations, tapestry of life expression, and we've got Hirais, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Echoing the oracle cards from before, this one is suggesting that you're in energies of needing to nourish yourself, take care of your body, take care of your physical health, as well as all of the things that flow from your physical health. So your emotional health, your the health of your relationships. So it all starts with ensuring that your physical body is nourished and cared for. And so if you've been running, just trying to keep up with your life, this is a call to slow down, even if that seems counterintuitive. Sometimes we feel like we need to go, and do more and more in order to get to the place where we can rest. But actually, it's important to set boundaries, maybe set time boundaries around things and build in that time for rest. And choose activities that are nourishing. So this person is bathing in an ethereal pool with stars and flowers and just lovely looking waters and maybe some crystals on the edges here. So if you can find yourself a pool that is flanked by lovely white flowers and crystals, then choose that. But short of that, maybe you want to go and sit in a hot tub for a little while, or go to a sauna, or go to a place that you find very nourishing, maybe a local lake, some special place where your body can relax. Maybe book yourself in for a massage if you have the option of doing that. Just do something that takes care of your physical body and allows you to ground in and relax. Your person has a similar message with Hirais, so this can be about that sort of longing for a home that doesn't necessarily make logical sense, but it also calls to the fact that if you're here on Earth, so your person is here on Earth in this incarnation, and they're being asked to commit fully to that incarnation. So again, to focus on the body, on the physicality of their being, and commit to that, commit to being present, fully present in the life that they are living. And then at the same time, there's something, it's interesting how these are both sort of material cards in a way, but they're both about bringing down those star energies and rooting them to Earth. So the seven star sisters, the Pleiades, is about tapping into creativity, accessing the creativity that is life on Earth, and being able to pull that through, but make it manifest here in physical form. And so not only accessing their creativity, but bringing it through and manifesting it in the earthly realm. So you might be finding that the connection between you flows better if you're able to attend to your physical body and ensure that it's humming and singing in the way that it is meant to. And then your person may be able to be more present to the connection if they're following their intuitive nudges towards their creativity, towards creative projects, birthing what wants to come through them. There's a wild cosmos wandering by. Okay, so let's have a look at what the tarot has to say about what your person is feeling about you and the connection at this time. And we're using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot today. I'm going to start that again. We're using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. I'm tripping over my words. And let's give it a little shuffle. Oops. So how's the collective's person, the person in their heart or in their mind, feeling about them at this time? We have Temperance, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords, We got a couple more. Two of Pentacles in reverse, Strength in reverse. That's interesting. Bottom of the deck, we've got Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is those energies of happiness that was coming through in the Oracle card, and then the Strength card we got in reverse here. So your person might be feeling like there's a strong need to come into balance regarding certain issues that have been plaguing the connection. There seems to be a few things here that are going on. And so it looks as if they're strongly committed to healing, or committed to wanting to bring some healing energy, some balance to the connection. They feel like things are out of balance, and like they're having trouble seeing the truth of the situation right now. So there's definitely a feeling of maybe being in limbo, but feeling really strongly. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to bring it into balance, but they want it to come into balance. And so there might be an element of the sort of like the opinions of other people being involved in the connection. So whether that's peers, whether that's like your social circle, or possibly family, close friends who might be sort of giving their opinions about the situation, there might be like a lack of community support for the connection at this time. And your person, again, might not really know how to bring that into balance, but they want to. They might be feeling like there's been some involvement there. Take this if it resonates. So if this is something that applies to your situation, you already know about it. So when I say this, don't panic, because if it's not something that immediately resonates, then it doesn't apply to you. But there might have been the involvement of other people in this connection. There might be a sense in which there's been other lovers, or other, like perhaps you're not in an exclusive connection with each other. And so there's been some energies of other people in that regard that may have been throwing the connection off. And again, your person just seems like they're not really sure how to handle that or bring it into balance, but they want to. And so if that was you seeing other people, then they might be feeling just kind of powerless at the moment to bring that around to a good resolution, or to some kind of healing situation where things between you will feel better. And if it's them who has been involved with other people, then they are feeling similarly overwhelmed and just not sure how to bring that into balance in a way that can be integrated and support the connection between you at this time. But they really want the situation to feel better. They want to get to a place with you of healing, of integrating those energies that are out of balance. Maybe there was, if you were in a more committed relationship and there was an indiscretion that happened, perhaps they're wanting to address that and somehow bring it into balance between you, but they just are at a loss for how to do that at this time, and feeling really just feeling kind of weak and like they're not able to do that. It does seem like there might be some community support kind of in the background that is perhaps being overlooked, or in the past maybe there's been community support for your connection. And so I'm kind of seeing a sort of like, this is really positive, and it's almost like you're being asked to lean into these energies, or your person is being asked to lean into the energies of, again, that happiness card that came out in the beginning, and the seemingly good energies that were coming through the oracle cards. So it seems like there is some good energy between you in the connection, and there might be a way to bring these things that have been out of balance into balance. And part of that might be relying on your community's support, even though it feels to your person right now like that support doesn't exist. So it looks as if it actually does exist. There's some celebration that can happen, or maybe you'll be able to reconnect or have a good conversation at a community event somewhere that there's like as I was looking at these cards, I was just hearing a noisy place, like a happy noisy place. And that could be, I don't know, a bar if you are a person who goes to places where people pay money for alcohol. It could be maybe a club, but I was kind of getting a volume level that was more voices than music. It could be a party or some kind of community event, and just like a place where lots of people are talking very loudly. And so there might be some, if you get an invitation and you want to come into balance with your person, then perhaps take up that invitation and go to that event, because it looks as if there might be an opportunity for some kind of healing or resolution, or just maybe even just addressing some of the things that have been wonky in the connection. So let's pull a couple of cards to see what the likely outcome is of the situation. See where the connection is potentially headed, assuming present factors continue. Whoa, that one came flying out. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That was a very enthusiastic 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Get a clarifier for the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, please, Spirit. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We got maybe, I was going to say one more card, and then a bunch of things just jumped out. Oh, I think we've only got one turned upright, though, or turned over. The rest kind of jump back in. And then back at the deck, we've got Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so sorry about the sunshine here and shadow here. I tried to put the light on, but it is not cooperating at the moment. So these cards, there's sort of 3 cards that are showing an outcome that, and before I launch in, just keep in mind that this is an outcome based on the present energies. So things change moment to moment to moment, and so if you were to access a reading tomorrow, it might be a different outcome because things might shift and change in the meantime. And also, when outcomes are less than positive, as this one is, there is one very positive element here, though. Just keep in mind that it can also be sort of things to work with. So Spirit might be just trying to sort of refocus you on other priorities than this connection at this time. Or might be trying to pull out nuances of the connection for you to process and potentially work with. So it's looking as if there's some kind of turn of fortune here. There's some kind of circumstance that might be getting in the way. It looks like it might be financial. And so if there's some if a particular issue has come up, then you'll know what that's referring to. Or there might just be sort of difficulties in coming into alignment at this time, possibly due to external circumstances. There might be something that happens suddenly that's beyond your control or beyond your person's control. There might be just sort of financial issues that are affecting the relationship, whether because you're at a distance and you can't afford to go and see each other, or because somebody maybe in the connection has made poor judgment, has had some poor judgment about financial decisions and has made poor decisions that's led to emotional instability within the connection. So there's some indication here of something not quite lining up in terms of support for the connection within, at sort of like a cosmic level, I want to say. Something's out of place in terms of you and your person connecting at this time, and it might be beyond your control. There might have been some emotional blockages happening, so one or both of you might be having difficulty accessing the energies in your heart. The Queen of Cups is the background energies is she can be an indication of one person in the connection prioritizing their own needs and wants ahead of the connection or ahead of the other person's needs and wants. So if that's been a factor in the relationship, that can also cause some misalignment, and that can play out whether as the Queen of Cups goes in reverse, goes in two directions. It could either be sort of a clingy, smothering energy. So maybe someone in the connection has been over prioritizing the relationship or over prioritizing the other person, and not maybe giving that person enough space to make their own decisions about what they do with their time. Or potentially it could be on the other side, a cold-hearted response or a lack of emotional engagement. It could be even as far as manipulation of a situation. If that's something that you're aware of already, then take that if it resonates. Otherwise, what is really strongly coming through here with the Nine of Swords in reverse is that there does seem like there will be a shift towards you not being anxious about the connection any further. So if you have been experiencing some anxiety about the connection, then it's likely that you will be coming out of that anxiety and finding peace, and sort of learning that lesson that peace comes from within yourself and does not hinge on another person's approval. And so this connection might be something that's meant to bring you to that lesson or bring you to doing some healing work around that. It could also be that if there are things to be worked on within, if it's an established relationship that you're invested in working on, or a relationship to which, or a connection to which you feel attached, then it might be that working on financial matters, prioritizing making good financial decisions, might bring about a change in fortune in the connection. And but it also might be that you are realizing that you've been or your person might be realizing that you've been overly focused on, one of you has been overly focused, or both of you have been overly focused on things within the connection that are maybe not as important as, what am I trying to say? It might be that a person in the connection is coming to realize that things that they've been anxious about or very worried about are not actually as worry-inducing or as significant as they've been giving them, as the energy that they've been giving them up to now. So perhaps there will be some shedding of anxiety, some letting go of worries in the connection, and an ability to sort of reprioritize on what is most important, namely as we were talking about physical health earlier in the reading, but physical health, of course, is supporting mental health and emotional health and well-being overall. So it might be that focus is shifting for you, and you're looking to prioritize your own peace. And if there has been any toxicity in this connection, then it might be that you're getting to a breaking point. This could definitely be you coming to a breaking point and wanting to walk away from a toxic situation, if that's something that resonates or that you already are feeling has been going on. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, it can also refer to there might have been some very sort of intense bonding that ended quite suddenly, and you might be going back and sort of questioning, was that a genuine connection, or was there sort of like those pickup artist techniques of love bombing or manipulation of the connection? And if that's something that you are starting to see, then you'll probably very happily be walking away from that toxicity once you come to those realizations, because of course a person that you're connecting with has every option of expressing their feelings for you and asking for your time and your energy, and doing that in a direct and positively worded fashion where they're appreciating your qualities and admitting, I make that sound like it's a difficult thing to admit, but just being forthright about how they feel about you. And some people have a really hard time being direct, but that is the work of each of us as humans, is to get down to maybe why we feel vulnerability when we have feelings for another person. And if a person in this connection has not done that work yet, then it might be that they need to be focusing on healing at this time rather than on being with you in connection. So, but however it plays out, it does seem like there's an outcome here of what has been causing you anxiety no longer causing you anxiety, whether that's because things are shifting within the connection towards a better outcome, or whether, maybe because you do that work of focusing on ensuring there's a solid material foundation for the connection, or whether because you decide that the relationship perhaps has been toxic up to now and you don't want to continue with it. So if you do end up making that decision, if you're sort of at the precipice of walking away from something, then if you find that you're resolute and committed in that decision, however it plays out, it looks as if it's going to be relieving for you. You're going to be on a better path after some shifts take place in this connection. Okay, we're going to get just a couple of channeled messages. So I did pre-shuffle a little bit. So Spirit, please tune me into the person in the heart of the collective or on their mind and what they would like to say. We've got you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So your person might be feeling a little bit hurt about how things have played out. I need more balance. Do you even see me that way? So whether there's been an emphasis on the connection at the exclusion of other, well, that was one meaning also of the Ten of Pentacles upside down. It could refer to it sort of an overbalance, an overemphasis on career ambition. Someone in the connection might feel like they're competing with the other person's ambitions within the connection. That can be one meaning of that, sort of like something material has been upsetting the connection. That's a potential meaning there. So that might be in reference to that. Might be that the connection needs more balance, or your person needs more of your time and attention in the connection in order to feel balanced, or it might be that they feel like the connection's gotten too much of their energy and they need more balance external to the connection. And some insecurities coming through with this, do you even see me that way? 8, we've got I imagine you naked. So if you were wondering if they find you physically attractive, there's a good indication that they sure do. Any other messages? We've got you are right. So if you've been wondering about something, then we've got a cat incoming. Hello, Dusky. He has not figured out how to get up here yet, but I know it's coming. Do you think about me too? And so we've got, do you even see me that way? And do you think about me too? So sort of some insecurities coming out on the part of your person. Get a couple last cards. We have let me have you, and I miss you, do you? I think that means I miss you. Do you miss me too? We also have, I hope you'll wait for me, and if I asked you to stay, would you leave? So we're going to leave it there. I hope that's helpful as well. And thank you for being here. Do put a little like on the video, and thank you for that energy exchange. It does help the video get seen. And if you are able to leave a comment, if you feel comfortable leaving a comment, please let me know how the video has resonated. If there's any messages in here that have resonated for you, I would love to know. And yeah, and if you have any requests for future videos as well, let me know that too. And otherwise, thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!